All right, to another alert now. The Trump administration now calling on world leaders to condemn North Korea after the rogue nation successfully conducts an intercontinental ballistic missile test.
Kim Jong-un claiming that he can now strike anywhere in the world. So what happens next? Joining us now, Hudson Institute fellow and national security expert Rebeccah Heinrichs. Rebeccah, thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
So Nikki Haley is calling for an emergency meeting with the UN today. President Trump, along with South Korea, retaliating yesterday, launching missiles into the sea, showing that they can respond to this. But then we have Russia and China saying that, North Korea should stop, but we should also stop, along with South Korea, our wide-ranging military exercises in that area of the world. So what do you think we should do? How should we respond?
Well, the United States should continue showing our ironclad commitment to South Korea and Japan. We should not stop military drills. These military drills are meant to demonstrate the commitment of the alliance and also demonstrating that the United States is willing to use force if needed. So these have to be these military exercises have to be believable, though. If the North Koreans don't believe or the Chinese don't believe that the United States would actually respond militarily, then they are for nothing in that regard. So what the United States needs to do in going into these conversations with the Chinese and the Russians in the days ahead is to say that the United States will not stop these drills. The United States is actually going to only increase pressure, and we need the Chinese to help with us in this regard.
Oh, Rebeccah, I feel like this is the same reason why you don't negotiate ransoms and other things like that. North Korea pulls these moves trying to get something from people, trying to get meetings or trying to get help, trying to get aid, trying to get money, whatever it is they need, oil. And the past administrations have bent to this, and it's never going to stop. This behavior is always going to be, what do I need next? Okay, now I'm going to do it again. Is this why the administration needs to just say, you know what, no more of this BS. We're going to neutralize the problem?
Well, this is an American problem as well. This is an important point. The Chinese are not going to see North Korea as a problem until the United States makes it a problem for the Chinese, and that means it's probably time for the United States to start implementing increased secondary sanctions against the Chinese entities that are continuing to enable the North Koreans. The North Korean regime is irrational. This is an unreasonable regime. It's a regime that's willing to starve its own people, put its people in camps, torturous camps, political prisoners. They're not going to be reasonable when it comes to negotiations, and President Trump should reject that idea out of hand immediately.
But we've had sanctions against them at least until, since 2006. They've had, at least 5 nuclear tests. They have threatened a 6th one. So what additional sanctions can we do? Are the sanctions against China the answer to it?
Well, yes, China still accounts for 80% of North Korean trade, and so without China, North Korea is completely shut off. It really needs the Chinese, and so the Chinese cannot continue to pay lip service to the Trump administration about helping. They are the North Korean enablers. So again, the United States has to make this a problem for the Chinese, and that means a tough situation between the United States and China. We've got other issues we want to deal with them, but we cannot allow American cities to become essentially held hostage by North Korean intercontinental ballistic missiles. We cannot allow that to happen. So we got to get very, very serious about handling this problem. The Obama administration kicked the can way down the road. It's now a problem for the Trump administration.
Well, North Korea has nothing without China, so I'm sure that I doubt China would go to a world war over North Korea and go into any kind of conflict whatsoever. So hopefully they will see the light and come to the table and say, you know what, enough of you.
Yeah, it did seem like Tillerson's comment yesterday was directed towards China, so we'll see what happens.
All right, Rebeccah, thanks so much.
Thanks.